Cold open disclaimer. If you have not seen Wonder Woman yet, this is your chance to go out and watch it now, because spoilers are about to follow. The structure of our reviews are about to change, and there will no longer be a spoiler-free review. This is your only warning to get out now, and we'll just tell you yes or no if you want to go see the film or not. If you want to stick around to hear me be angry, or me be sad, or me be happy about these movies, you're more than welcome to stay around. But I will tell you at the beginning of these reviews if these movies are worth sitting and watching through the entire thing. So, that being said, Wonder Woman's a go. Please go watch it, support this movie. I consider this to be the beginning of the DCEU, and yeah, that's about it. So, editor, ring the jingle! Alright, we're back.
Hello, it's me this time.
I brought some help.
Because it's DC related.
Yeah, expect every time that we have a DC review that Digi's going to be here in some capacity.
I will be here spewing my love.
Yeah, just like I'll be on anything Alien and probably hating it.
And Marvel.
Yeah, and Marvel, which I'm Marvel biased, but still, even then.
It balances out because I'm DC.
Yeah.
I'm DC.
Well, you see, that's the beauty of these things. We get to look at these objectively as films,
Yeah.
and not as fans.
Yeah.
But, the fandom comes out.
Yeah.
But we get to look at these as films.
Yeah.
So, Wonder Woman. Did you enjoy it? Did you have a good time, viewer? Awesome. We're glad you did, because we had a good time.
Yes,
Did you have a good time, did you?
I had a great time. I would have had a better time if I had gone and see this movie in theater. Because I went sit and drive in instead.
Yeah, that way your mom could see it with you, and she was just asking questions.
Well, it wasn't that. That I didn't mind so much, because I knew she was going to do it anyways, because she's not totally into DC yet. I've been trying to get her into it, but she's starting to get into it.
Okay.
But my
Fair
thing
enough.
is, I wanted to see it on the big screen, in a dark area, like, just in the theater setting. Because if for me, it feels better to get in a theater setting, and because I wanted to get the ticket for when I went to see it. I wanted to keep that ticket.
Fair enough. So, what we're essentially going to do now is we're going to go through the movie top to bottom, but we're going to go in very limited detail.
Yeah.
But we might, do some standout parts that we really liked.
Yeah.
In between then and there. So, it's important to note that this movie has already got a sequel.
Yep, they already confirmed
planned
it.
with the same guys.
Mm-hmm.
And this, like I said, I consider the beginning of the official DCEU, because the other movies, meh, this, amazing. I'll say it. This is what do you know? Hey, Digi, we got a movie with 3 acts.
I know. It was
And a competent plot.
Mm-hmm.
And something that actually revolves around the thought of conversations and dialogue that don't sound super serious or drab.
And it wasn't cut to shreds by WB.
Yeah. Right,
WB.
Suicide Squad?
Yeah. WB minded their own goddamn business this time.
Yeah, keep doing that, WB, please.
Yeah.
But either way, this movie was actually competent. It was a competently made film. Does that mean it's perfect? No.
It's really good though.
There's some problems, but it's a really good film.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have rather this been DC's first attempt at these movies.
Yeah.
So, live and learn.
Yeah.
So, from top to bottom, top of the plot, we learn that Diana, or Wonder Woman, is working her antique shop in preparation for Justice League.
The Louvre.
Yes.
The Louvre.
Batman found the original picture that was taken in World War I of her standing with some of her constituents.
Yep. Who we finally get to learn about in this movie, by the way.
Yeah, they actually all get backstory.
Yeah.
And they're all interesting.
Yeah, they're
What
not
do you
just
know?
there like we thought they were originally.
Yeah, we thought they were just there, and Chris Pine was the only one
That we recognized. We're like, okay.
But no, they're actually all... And one of these guys I recognized from another movie.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, that guy. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So that was fun. So either way, we find out that she's working at whatever you said. And She gets that picture, and then we smash cut to her as a child in Themyscira.
Mm-hmm. We get to see like a sort of slice of life and how sheltered she actually is. Because that's
so Go ahead.
I was gonna say,
No, you go ahead.
The fact that she's so sheltered, even there, it is going to play a very big part in how she's going to progress throughout the movie.
Right. Because essentially what's happening in this is her origin is being played two different ways.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Two great ways.
Yes, two great ways. One for a good twist, and one just because it is actually from the comics.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. But we also learn that Diana wants to be a warrior. Like, she wants to learn how to fight.
Mm-hmm.
From her aunt, who is
the general.
The general.
The greatest Amazon warrior up to that date.
Yeah. So she was awesome.
Yeah.
And then we, cut to her being trained in secret because Hippolyta does not want her to learn how to fight.
Hippolyta wants to shelter her too high, like the highest amount. She does not want her to think anything. She wants her to be that
like
little
hiding
girl.
Your kid from the "Catch Me Outside" meme.
She wanted
just hide
her,
your kids.
Yeah, she wanted her to be just a little girl forever, and that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, so they started actually
training her,
training her in secret, and they're found out, and Hippolyta's just like, fine, I guess you can train.
Guess you have to, but she makes her sister promise that she has to train this girl harder than any Amazon has ever done before, and all that. And she does.
You can tell.
Yeah. Because it's like, damn.
Holy God. Like, she was having to throw shields and shoot arrows and then still match someone in a sword fight against a giant woman with a great axe. It was all crazy.
Yep. And then,
so,
I'm gonna say this again now. In the film, you're gonna hear a lot of these quotes. During that battle with the general, that little sparring thing, I think it was like a graduation. I don't know what it was exactly, but the general was yelling at her, saying, "You can't expect this. You can't doubt yourself, and you can't expect the battle to be fair."
Now remember this line.
Yes.
Remember it, guys.
Because it's going to be very important throughout the entire movie. You gotta remember that Hippolyta has sheltered the living fuck out of this girl. And she is trying, and her sister is trying to break that sheltered life from her.
Yeah. So, essentially, after, that happens, like, she does, like, the big screw off, like, hit the gauntlets together shockwave move.
Yeah.
And yeah, no one liked it.
Nope.
No one liked it.
Everyone's like, oh fuck, what the hell?
So Wonder Woman goes off to a random perch somewhere and notices that a man crashed his plane. And she goes in to grab him. Now this is where this movie turns into a fish out of water story right after this next battle scene.
Yeah.
Because she saves him. She finds out he's a man. And then, even worse, the guys that were chasing him, because he is a British intelligence spy.
Yep.
The guys that were chasing him came through, and they have guns, and they're about to start shoot banging.
Yep. And you would think that they would win the battle. No.
No.
They got fucked up.
No. As Diana was about to be shot in the back, because, that line that we said to remember.
She's naive at this point. She's
naive.
She doesn't understand the world still. She's expecting the battle to be fair, and she's doubting herself still. And that's plays in the part of Hippolyta sheltering her so much. So
that being said, she was about to be shot in the back, and, sister jumped in front of her, or I'm sorry, aunt jumped in front of her, died, and that's essentially it for that. They used the lasso of truth on Chris Pine.
And it's fucking hilarious.
Basically saying, hey, don't try to lie to us. It'll just make it more painful. He's like, why is it so hot? And that's where we learn he's a spy. And that World War I is happening.
Yep. Because he's like, you're in more danger than you realize. And they're like, what the fuck?
And since they have trained pretty much all the time to come back and fight Ares if they ever need to, then they're basically just already like, yep, that's got to be Ares if it's a war to end all wars.
Well, the rest of the Amazons and Hippolyta are denying it. Wonder Woman's the only one going, it has to be him. It has to be him. We have to stop him. We have to go there and stop him. And everyone else is like, no, we don't. We're not doing that.
No, we don't. We really don't. And that's when Wonder Woman's like, fine. All those, like, god killer weapons that you told me about when I was a kid, I'm taking them. I'm going to go get them, and I'm going to run off with this guy, and I'm going to save the Earth.
Yeah. She's the only one that is still going, I have to do this, we have to do this, because we're Amazonians, this is our duty, and the Amazonians, at this point, are probably all really fucking old, especially Hippolyta. So they're already experienced war in the world of man, and they're just done with it. They shut it all out, and they're just done with it. If someone invades the island, they'll fight, but they're not going to risk each other's lives to go out there and save a world of man that they don't even care for anymore.
Right. So this is during this whole time, Steve Trevor pretty much finds out he's a fish out of water, you know, in really weird, like he heals his wounds in a weird glowing
lake pond thingy.
Yeah, and gets his wounds all healed up. Wonder Woman sees his dingus,
and he thinks that he thinks that she's talking about his dick when she's actually talking about his watch and shit.
Hey, what's that?
Oh,
this is a that's my watch. My dad gave me that.
Are all men like you? Oh no, I'm above average. It's like
he really above average is an understatement, Chris Pine, you ass.
It made me laugh so much. That part I was dying at. I was like, no.
I am slightly below average, and yet I'm still married. I don't know how the hell that happened. But Chris Pine, you are like moderately above average.
But it made me laugh so fucking hard in that part.
Ugh. Stupid.
There was a lot of hilarious parts in this part that just made me laugh out loud.
There are. Like they end up leaving. And I had a problem with this kind of. And then it's immediately debunked. Where as they're leaving, Hippolyta finds that they're about to, sail off. Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah.
I can't stop you.
I love you. I can't stop you. And you can't come back to the island.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, fair enough.
She said, basically, she said, if I don't do this now, who am I if I don't do it?
Right. And then some girl comes up behind her after, the ship had sailed. Mm-hmm. It's like, shouldn't you have told Diana what she was? Well,
the less she knows, the less likely Ares will be to find her. That's what she said.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I had a problem with like, yeah, why didn't you tell her if she was going away? Oh, because it would have made it easier to find her. Okay.
She would have unlocked her powers and all that sooner.
So, okay, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So, now we transitioned to a fish out of water story for Diana.
Yep.
And as we get to, get her clothes because she's, for some reason, wearing the Wonder Woman outfit under a robe.
Yeah, well, it's the only clothes she has.
True. But as she's wearing that, we realize, oh, we need to get you some clothes.
Some English clothes.
And then we're introduced to who, Digi?
Edda, my favorite character of this movie. Besides Wonder Woman.
Hello, Edda Caddy. Hello. I love her.
Every time she came on screen, it was fucking gold.
So this woman is awesome.
She is. I loved it.
And even when Chris Pine comes in, he's like, hey, where's Diana? Oh, she's trying on dress number 267.
And she's so upbeat about the entire thing. That's what killed me most. All right.
Like, the entire time she's trying on dresses, Diana's just like, how is a woman supposed to fight in these things?
And then fucking Edda's like, well, normally we don't really do that, but I'm not opposed to doing a little fisticuffs every once in a while. It's like,
and I'm just like, are you? Can I just have you?
Oh my god!
Seriously, can you just sit with me?
What did she? Do you remember what Edda said in that alley scene after they beat those guys up?
Oh God.
I don't
hold it right there. It was something along the...
It was
How
something.
right there?
She said something, and I fucking busted up laughing at that part.
Yeah.
She had the sword and the shield. She fucking this little lady holding the shield. And she doesn't. It's like ready to stab these guys. Like, I'm gonna get you.
Hold it. I'll get you. Looks like you have crossed the end of the line there, haven't you?
I'll scare you.
Well, good, because I have a cyanide pill, actually, so
Yeah.
better time than any.
I saw him put that in his mouth. I was like, no, you bastard.
So when they find out that he has, or when they find out, the clothes are good, they end up, getting
They get,
almost killed in an alley.
Yeah, they
which doesn't
originally-
happen because Diana's awesome.
Yeah. And they originally give Etta the sword and shield, and they're telling her to go take them somewhere else, somewhere safe. While him
Because
and...
there's nowhere for her to put them.
Yeah. Because Wonder Woman's just gonna wander around with the sword and shield and stick out like a sore thumb. So Etta's originally supposed to go somewhere else and not follow them. But I guess she saw the German men following them, so she kind of followed them too. And
Right.
that's why she meets back up with them in like 2 seconds later. It's fucking hilarious.
So the reason Chris Pine was flying away and why he was a spy is because he needed a journal
Yep.
of a
Dr.
woman
Poison.
named Dr. Poison and the man who she's working for, which is General Lundberg? Lundbach? Lunder. It's Lunder something. But I'm calling him Danny Houston from now on. Okay?
Because that's who he is.
So that's who he is. So we have the journal. Chris Pine has the journal. He's trying to get it back to British intelligence so they know exactly what it is they're trying to do. We learn that Diana speaks over 100 languages.
162.
Like 162, thank you. And that's 75 facts about Wonder Woman video, huh?
Yeah.
But
Technically, actually, in that one, it's a little different. She doesn't know, initially. She doesn't know any other languages. She just knows Themyscira, which is a combination of.
Greek and Latin?
No, it's.
No, it's something weird. Anyway.
I think it's Sri Lanka too. Portuguese, Sri Lanka, and
Maybe.
Greek, something like that.
But when they get the journal to British intelligence, apparently Diana doesn't know how to just stay put.
No, she's a warrior.
Because, yeah, well, I mean, Steve Trevor's like, stay right here. I'm going to go through the store right quick. I need to go get a guy. And she's just like, oh, okay, I'll just go into this war room with you.
Yeah.
No, Diana, go away. Just stay there for a minute.
Yeah, and everyone starts
And then
freaking out.
and then we see twirly mustache Lupin from Harry Potter.
Yep.
And he acts all like, he has that face like, I know that girl from somewhere.
And he's like, what? But when you first see the movie, you're not thinking that unless you already know
Well,
that.
I first saw the movie and I was just like, what?
Yeah.
That's an awkward look.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? It's because he's Aries.
Yep. That's the big twist,
So-
by the way, yes.
Yeah, that's the big weak twist. Yeah, or a weaker twist.
If you didn't know anything about Wonder Woman, it's probably a bigger twist to you now than if you actually knew anything about the movie.
I'm just a regular. I'm not a huge DC fan, but I'm just a regular moviegoer. And as soon as I see something awkward like that, I'm like, all right, that's not incredibly subtle.
Yeah.
But I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying weaker, not a weak twist, but it's still weaker
Yeah.
than anything else in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, so we get the war room, and essentially they find out that it's written all in Sumerian, and Diana's like, "Hey,
Sri
I
Lanka
can
and
read this."
Sumerian. It's a
She's
combination.
like, "Hey, I got this,"
Mm-hmm.
and she reads that apparently the plan is make hydrogen-based gas for World War I.
Yep.
That because gas masks won't work with it.
Uh-huh. And it's combustible and all that. So
Yeah,
if
and hydrogen is combustible.
If they fire a weapon while in that gas, they're all gonna die in flames too.
Yeah, so fuck them. Am I right?
Yep. They're gonna screw themselves.
Yeah. So the big thing about this is now the story turns into we got to find these two. We got to stop them
Yeah.
with a ragtag bunch of guys.
Guys that are supposed to be criminals, but you know deep down they're the good guys. Basically.
Which is fine. And we get, after some banter and all, and after twirly mustache Lupin
Helps
gives the
them.
ragtag group some money,
Yeah, he helps them trying to push things along.
it says, go!
Be free.
Be free, little birds!
Go do whatever you want to do. Go ahead.
Yeah. We find out that Dr. Poison has perfected the serum.
Mm-hmm. With his...
but not before giving Danny Houston some venom.
What we're assuming to be venom anyways.
Yeah, I'm assuming it to be a very prototypical stage.
Prototype stage.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not
Shut
easy
up.
when you stutter.
Yeah. Shut up, Digi.
No,
But,
I'm the one that's not stirring now. It's my turn.
Yeah, it's my turn to make fun of you.
Damn it.
But no, the prototype stage of Venom, what I'm assuming it is,
Yeah.
and I hope it is,
I
and
do too.
she makes a return.
I don't think she'll make a
In the
return.
future.
She'll be really old by then.
Well, at least like a picture of her,
Yeah.
just to be like, yeah, she made the Venom.
Yeah, that's what I hope too.
But apparently people are low on food and water, and she's like, here, use this to regain some of your strength. And it's like, oh, cool. It's like a video game first aid kit.
Yep.
Cool enough.
Yep.
But then we learn that the hydrogen gas is ready, and she just straight up put a gas mask in a tank, and it cracked, and it was screwed.
Yeah.
And she lit the thing on fire, so it was just done.
That thing was fucked up. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
That's the scene.
That gas was a super weapon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the moment you saw that happen. You're like, oh fuck.
So it's important to note that at this point in the war of World War One, there's an armistice happening between Germany and everywhere else. So Germany's about to back out of the war. They're just like, we're done. We have to surrender. We're losing too much of our stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna get fucked.
And Danny Houston's like, nah, you guys are done. I'm not.
Yep.
And he kills all of his other like commanding officers.
He's the council
all of
and
them.
everything.
Yeah.
And
Which
then-
is funny because Dr. Poison throws in like a gas valve.
Yeah.
Or whatever, or gas bomb, and they shut the door behind them. And Digi, what does Danny Houston also throw into the room?
A gas mask. That will
But
not.
Digi, that won't do anything.
Yeah, but they don't know that. That entire scene was fucking hilarious.
That's an exact quote.
It is. It is. It was so
Minus
great
the
when you
Digi.
first heard it. You're like, oh my
Oh,
fucking god.
I still love it just because of that comedic laugh. at
I
the end of
know. The fucking
it. So
laugh.
the glass starts breaking and they peace out.
They're like, bye.
Bye.
Peace out, bitches.
And after that, it turns into just a we got to get to them story.
Yeah.
And it's completely with Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Because she's
And-
basically, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them. It's like, okay.
Yeah, the No Man's Land scene happens, and it's amazing.
It is. And then the scenes that follow too, were like, oh my god.
And there's not there's not a lot that goes on, but there is some tiny character development
Yeah.
for the side guys,
Yeah.
which is helpful.
Yeah.
Actually, it makes me at least care for them.
Yeah.
So, after all this, we find out that a gala ball
Galliball.
is about to happen,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where we're gonna actually
see her
find
and
out.
her and the general interact
Yeah.
for the first time.
the general who is not Ares, but Diana thinks is Ares.
Yeah, if like I said, if you didn't see anything like news-wise, articles and all that about the film, and you didn't know anything about Wonder Woman, this was the red herring of red herrings.
Right.
They did everything they could in this movie to make it seem like the general was Ares.
But it doesn't make sense when it's like, hey, it's obvious that he's Ares. It's like, no, it's not, because that clearly means he's not going to be Ares.
Yeah, like I said, if you
Any
didn't know,
film goer can say that.
there were some people in this drive-in theater that I actually heard gasp when it was revealed that he wasn't Ares. And it's like, oh my fucking god.
It's like, that's so easy.
It wasn't that. It was just like,
It was such an ezy assumption, though.
It was because you do get a sense of something's not right here throughout the movie.
Yeah. But the gala ball, essentially, what had happened was the general was like just dancing with Diana at one point. He's like, "Oh, look, beautiful girl, I'm dancing with her."
Mm-hmm.
And they have a talk about the Greek gods, which is actually kind of clever.
Yep. And that's like I said, it's like a perfect red herring thing because it really tries.
You
to
know nothing about the gods.
Uh-huh. And it's like,
I'm like,
"Ooh,
whoa.
wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait a minute, Danny Houston.
What's going on here? I'm confused now. I know you're not Ares, but damn, you're confusing me.
Yeah. She's about to fight him, though, or try to kill him.
She was.
And Chris Pine's like, nope, you cannot kill him.
Uh-huh.
You cannot do that in the middle of this gala ball.
And then
they gas the entire village that was past No Man's Land that Wonder Woman just saved.
And she destroyed a bell tower in.
Yeah, she cannonballed into a bell tower where she was stood atop of a church, and she should have had the line, "Who's your god now?" Obviously you, because you are literally a god.
Yeah, but she didn't know at the time, but hey.
Yeah, she doesn't know that because when we get to the actual final fight scene, because she thinks Chris Pine and all man is corrupted by Ares, period.
Yep.
She goes to kill the general because he is so obviously Ares.
Mm-hmm. She stabbed him.
Yeah, she stabbed him. Like, the sword went through the roof.
Yeah, she stabbed right. She fucking destroyed his ass.
Yeah. Like, I feel like the Venom stuff was just like a thing just to be like, okay, Danny Houston at least has to have a tiny fight scene.
He has to look like he's a god, getting his powers returning.
Yeah.
That's
he
what
has to have a little bit of dignity.
It has to make, like I said, the red herring thing. They really wanted you to think.
Yeah. But either way, she kills him, and we find out, gasp,
It's not him.
twiddly mustached Magoo is Ares. Not only that, but the sword
It's
and
not
all the
god.
weapons
Yeah.
that Wonder Woman got
Meant nothing.
are not the God Killer weapons.
Uh-huh.
Which, side note, her trying to stab Ares and him just putting his hand in front of the blade and it melting.
That was fucking cool. That was actually
was
terrifying
awesome.
for a moment.
Because I was like, did he just how is she going to kill him? No, you're the God Killer. Oh,
Yeah.
Hippolyta's a bitch.
The moment that sword disappeared in his hand, you're like, what?
Which now I just thought of it. Why don't you write Diana a note and just say, don't read this until you're absolutely sure you're near Ares. And then just open it like, you're the God Killer, not the sword. It's like, oh, God.
I don't know. Hippolyta, like, again,
That's really not a rational
She's-
thing to do.
she wasn't
So-
rational to begin with because she's very motherly.
No, I'm saying the note that
yeah.
I just said was just like not rational.
Oh, I was gonna say, because, again, Hippolyta is super protective. Even in the comics and the animated ring, she's super protective of Diana. She does not want her out there at all.
Man doesn't deserve you!
They
He
do not
doesn't.
deserve you.
He doesn't deserve you, honey. He never calls.
He's not a
But-
good boy like that Jerry boy.
He's not a good boy. Your cousin's a good boy.
He's a good
and his
boy.
friend.
He's
and
a
his friend likes you. He deserves a woman like
The
you.
good Goya.
A wondrous woman such as yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But-
You need to show him the love of a woman. Show him how to redeem himself.
Away from the Jewish mother accents that we're doing. Gasp, twirly stashed Magoo Lupin is Ares. She's the God Killer, and they have a throwdown fight scene.
Yeah.
After a really, just a weirdly placed like social Darwinism, like we're gonna build the world, we're gonna make it better.
Yeah, basically. He's trying to play to her naivety, is what he's trying to do. And then
Which
it didn't
this
work.
is something the Amazons are basically trained all the time for. Like, we're gonna kill Ares if we have to. All right.
And then he
because Zeus struck him down.
His ass is still here.
I'm still here and I'm hurt, but I gotta regain my strength.
Well-
And the contingency plan for that was for Zeus and Hippolyta to kind of bang, maybe,
We're not
to
sure.
make Wonder Woman. But considering Greek mythology and how almost all their the stories start,
Yeah.
I'm assuming,
That they banged.
yeah, Zeus
And that the whole
Zeus put
clay
his
thing
dick
was-
in something.
And the whole clay thing was just a fairy tale. But part of
Yeah.
me is like, I think the clay thing was real, because him and Hippolyta obviously didn't fully plan out Diana, so I'm assuming because he struck Ares down and he used his very last breath to create Diana. So I'm assuming that he didn't use that very last breath to bang Hippolyta. He literally breathed life into a clay figure.
Oh, was it his final breath?
Yeah.
Was
His final
Oh.
breath. That's why I was like, I can't see him having sex with Hippolyta.
okay.
and planning that all out, because I was really confused about that part, because I told my mom that, and she's like, well, no, they had to. That was just a fairy tale. I was like, no, that doesn't.
Okay, no, that makes sense now to me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I thought there was like a weird thing with that. But no, okay. So she is still Clay. Thank you for keeping that origin intact.
Yeah. And that's what I was thinking of that's what I thought of when she walks into the gas of that village, I was telling my mom, when she was asking, why is she able to go in that gas and not die? 'Cause she's not human. She's
literally a god.
She's literally a god and a clay thing. She's not human.
So that throwdown, drag-out fight with Ares, he gets his ass kicked.
They both kick their asses for a while. It kind of goes back and forth, and then Wonder Woman finally gets the upper hand when she unlocks her full potential.
Yeah, because Steve Trevor dies. Chris Pine's dead.
Yeah, he sacrificed himself, and it's in a very similar manner to Captain America in the Marvel movies, where he's in a plane and he basically suicides in it to save everyone.
So there was a plane that was on a timer. You can't cut the fuel line because the planes, like the hydrogen bombs, are on a timer.
And you can't destroy the gas at the base.
Because it'll kill everything within a 50-mile or a 50-kilometer.
It'll still kill things.
Radius.
Yep.
It'll still kill everyone at the base, including the crew.
Yep.
So Steve Trevor just decides, I'm going to fly it up really high.
Yep.
To get it away from people, and I'm going to shoot it.
Yep.
I hate that I have to do this, but it's my burden.
It was a very sad scene. Because you saw it happen, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, and he gives Wonder Woman his watch.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, no.
And says, I wish we had more time. I have to do this. I love you. Yeah. And I'm just like, no!
I was really sad about that scene because I was really, really hoping at the end of the movie that Wonder Woman was going to go and visit an old home or something. And she was going to visit like a really, really old Steve Trevor or his friends.
There's no way.
I know. I was really hoping for it. But then he died. I was like, oh.
Yeah. So as soon as that happened, she just goes full out, like Wolverine-style feral rage.
Oh, yeah.
Just starts bitch slapping fools.
She destroyed everyone in sight. It was like, shit.
Even to the point to where Dr. Poison gets out of this movie alive because Ares like puts her in front of him, or puts her in front of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, while she's in her rage.
In the rage, and she's about to kill her.
Yeah.
Like Wonder Woman's about to kill her.
She's about to
but then she sees her like, But then she just sees Dr. Poison like groveling by her feet, and she's just like
about to cry.
Steve Trevor just said, "I love you." And so there's got to be something in you that's good.
And then
she just kind of throws the tank away and absolutely demolishes Ares.
She does. Admittedly, the Ares fucking transformation scene, like where he's getting the armor.
So good.
It was like, holy shit, yes.
Hey, all this leftover metal that's just lying around, fuse to my body, please. Ting, 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 ting.
And then he fucking melts the eye holes
with his fingers.
It was like,
shit, so hype. That's a heavy metal album cover there.
I was like, oh my fucking god, this is gonna be badass as fuck.
And it was.
It was.
And after this fight scene, we basically learn that Wonder Woman has kind of stagnated and done nothing throughout the last like 70 years
that we know
except
of.
do the antique shop, at least that we know of. But she is still out there saving people.
Yep, she is now. Anyways,
she is now. So that's good to know. And then there's no post-credit scene, which is a refreshing thing.
Yeah. That's definitely Marvel's thing, is the post-credit scenes.
Yeah, everyone stopped trying to do with the post-credit scenes.
What I've noticed with DC and Marvel is, they always have that follow-up post-credit scene where you get to see the little pieces of the movie and the universe come together with other pieces. Like...
Yeah, but DC's trying to do it like within the movies themselves, which is admirable.
Yes, they're doing that within the movies, and normally they're doing it at the beginning of the movie. Is what I've noticed. Because
you know what? Actually, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So just start off your story with it.
Yep, they're starting it off with, hey, this is happening in the world too, and then they get to the rest of the actual story.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, I like that.
So either way, the movie's awesome. Yes, I enjoyed it. I'm giving this as a... I'm giving this... Now, this is my scale.
Yeah.
All right? Which 7 is like above average, 8 being way above average.
Yeah.
9 being you gotta go see it, and 10 being like I'm gonna start judging other movies based off of this.
Yeah.
And this is a 7 for me. Above average. It's got its problems.
Yeah. There were some scenes that
it's
looked
like
really
the
weird.
highest possible 7 I can give.
There were a lot of scenes in the movie where it just looked weird, but they weren't like terribly weird ruining the movie scenes.
Right.
But
Like the weird stuff is definitely weird, but it's not
it's not
totally mood killing.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just some of the stuff is really cliched. Some of the CGI is actually kind of
yeah.
it looks kind of weird.
But it's like at the
but
same time,
they're really small gripes.
yeah. And my thing was with those like some of the CGI things. It's like, well, then again, what the fuck are you? We can't really expect much because it's a god fighting a god.
Actually, you know what? Screw that. I'm bumping it up to an 8. Feel proud, Digi.
I am.
It's way above average.
I'm torn.
Because it's a 3-act structure with actual dialogue written by a human.
There's actually
As opposed to Batman v Superman, where it's like, oh my god, this dialogue was written by a human.
yeah. My favorite thing about this was, from what I recall, there are no deleted scenes in this entire movie.
Nope. Everything is laid out on the cutting room floor.
Yep. WB didn't fuck with anything.
No extended cut that'll make it make sense.
Yeah.
This was a good movie. DC, keep your hands out of the cookie jar. Let the directors do their job. That's all I'm saying, because this was awesome, and I am probably going to own this one on Blu-ray.
Yeah. My scale for this would definitely have to be either an 8.5 or a 9.5. Somewhere in that range.
I would say probably bring it down to the 8.5.
Well, I was really high.
Let's wait until the other DC movies, and then if you have to amend that.
Yeah. I was so excited when I first came home after the movie. I was fucking dying.
Yeah. I planted my garden when I got home, and I just had the theme song stuck in my head.
The theme song
Just
is so good.
That
That song is so good. It's like, ooh, you get chill. Every time the bass rate, the bass drops, it's like you get chill up your spine. You're like, oh shit.
It really doesn't help that right before the movie started, the Thor Ragnarok trailer was on, and I heard Immigrant Song from like Led Zeppelin playing on over that, and I'm just like, oh, this trailer is so good. Like I had like the greatest like Led Zeppelin gasm, and then I get to listen to that theme song when the fight scenes start. So either way, this was an awesome movie, but let us know what you think about it in the comments below. Leave us a like if you want to. You know, it's a little thing to keep
Touch that button.
going.
Touch it.
Yeah,
Touch it real good.
punch that button. Punch the subscribe. Kick it right in the kneecap. You better subscribe. Hit that little bell right beside it too. That way you can keep it up to date with all the stuff that we do. So, anyway, that's pretty much all we got here, guys. I'm hoping this can become more of a regular thing, me and a few of these guys actually doing discussions, rather than you just listening to my drab, dreary voice. You know, much like a Batman v Superman.
How dare you? I'll fucking fight you.
Either way,
I'll fight you right now.
But either way, that's all we got for here. Again, I'm TJ of NerdMake.
I'm Digi.
And we love you, and we hope you love us back with your nerd love, I guess.
Yeah.
That didn't make sense. Bye, guys!
Stay nerdy.